Hey guys, it's David from theunlocker.com, and today we have the latest phone running on Verizon's 4G LTE network. This one is the Samsung Droid Charge. So, let's put it through its paces in today's review. Okay, so when you first get a hold of this phone, one word comes to mind: chunky. And that's not to say it's a big device, because it's not. But something about it, when you hold it, feels a bit off. On top of that, we have this reoccurring spaceship shape with this pointed bottom and rounded top. Even the camera on the back and the speakers on the back follow the same protocol. It's almost as if the designer just got done watching King Arthur and decided that that shield could totally work as a phone. But styling critiques aside, the device does feel very solid. It has a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED screen, which for you and I basically means that it is very bright, colorful, and large, and that's a good thing. Besides that, we also have something I miss dearly on devices nowadays: physical buttons. The menu, home, back, and search standard buttons for Android are not touch sensitive like they are with most new phones. Instead, they are actual push-me-down buttons, which I always prefer. I love the tactile feedback of pushing an actual button, and you never have to second guess if it registered the click, etc. And lastly, on the front, we have a 1.3 megapixel camera for video calling up at the top. Moving to the back, we have the shield-shaped 8 megapixel camera with an LED flash, and our speaker. On the sides, we have our volume buttons and a USB slot used for charging or connecting to the computer, an HDMI out slot for plugging your phone into the TV, and the power button. Now, I've said this before, but I like Samsung's moving of the power button to the side from the top. It's definitely easier to touch a button on the side than it is on the top. And finally, we have our 3.5 standard headphone jack port at the top. As for some of the hardware you can't see, we have a 1 GHz processor and your standard connectivity, including Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS. We also have an accelerometer and a digital compass. The one big feature you can't see, though, is the 4G LTE connectivity. Since this is a big selling point for this device, let's get right into it. So if you aren't familiar, 4G basically denotes how fast the internet is on your device. All the major companies are coming out with their different 4G networks recently, so we are starting to see 4G devices emerge as well. And you need a 4G device in order to get the faster speeds of a 4G network. So we like to test new device data speeds using an app called Speed Test. Then you can use our results for this device and compare them against other devices that we tested in the past by clicking on Reviews at the top of the site. So, here we go. Now, I have to admit, that's pretty damn fast. But what do these results mean to you and I? Well, faster loading of websites, streaming of videos, uploading pictures to Facebook, etc. are all controlled by your data speeds. So the faster those are, the faster those things can happen. Now, on the software side of things, this is an Android device, so its basic functionality and even what apps it can download are going to be identical to any other Android device, so we won't delve into that too much. If you are unfamiliar with how Android works, head over to our Android overviews and basic how-tos linked beneath this video on our site. Now, some things that are different are some changes that Samsung has made. The stock apps, for example, look slightly different. The notification bar now has a convenient shortcut to turn on and off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, data, and auto-rotating of the screen. The bottom of the home screen now has 4 shortcuts pinned to it instead of the usual 3, and the application drawer has been replaced. One new cool thing about the new app drawer is that it can be customized, which regular Android doesn't let you do. Another change that Samsung has made that is worth noting is the Contacts app's new ability to sync with Facebook, Twitter, and that other social network my shelf, my whatever it's called. Taking note from HTC Sense's UI for Android, Samsung has added the ability to see any of your contacts' latest uploaded photos, status updates, etc. directly in the contact itself. Which is just convenient. Besides that, they've also added some games like Rock Band and Let's Golf 2, and some apps they think you might like Blockbuster, etc. But for the most part, you can download these apps on any Android device throughout the market, so there's no real need for us to go over them here. As for overall performance of the software, it is very smooth, and it's on par with pretty much any other Android device on Verizon today. So now we'll quickly test the sound quality by playing some music. The speaker is located on the back, so it is muffled slightly when laid face up like this, but it's not terrible. So I have the volume all the way up. And that's enough of that. I have to say that the sound quality and volume are both above average for sure. It's much louder than you expect, and it's actually still pretty crisp. Okay, next up we have the camera, which is quick to load. Only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have a dedicated camera button at the top, but then again, neither do most phones nowadays, which is just a shame. But they did add a custom little interface onto the camera itself, so they've added a few things, for the most part not much, but they did add for example, panorama shots, smile shots, some little fun shooting modes that are interesting to play around with. Panorama is actually kind of fun, where you can take a shot and keep taking shots as you go, and it stitches them all together, which is neat. Besides that, we took some shots in different lighting, and we posted them under this video on our site for you to check out. Plus, a quick video sample at full resolution, which on this device happens to be 720p. In conclusion, it can be a bit difficult choosing between Android devices, since they do function so similarly. With that being said, you have to really focus on the differentiating features of the device you're looking at. For this device, those are going to be the large, super bright, Super AMOLED screen and its 4G LTE data speeds. So, if a large touchscreen with great clarity and color and a super fast internet are top priorities for you, then the Samsung Droid Charge is definitely worth checking out.